Yeah, but this is wrong. And he said this and she did that and the stock market's doing this and the housing crisis. I mean, come on. So there's a tendency that we want to document the bad. Okay, there's a tendency that when we turn on the news, what's being documented is only the bad, right? And even the other day, for example, I noticed that I myself did this, where to actually create conversation with somebody I didn't know that well, I was actually documenting the bad. I was looking at even it, and it was simply around like doing laundry, but the way in which we connected was what was wrong with doing laundry, right? And even as somebody who's a comedian and doing stand-up, sometimes we focus and hyper focus on what's wrong with the world, right? So what I find so interesting is it's so habitual to do that. It's the habit, right? It's the thing to do. It's the way to connect with people. And what's even more interesting is remember that the Bible is written to the mind. The Bible is written as a guidebook to the inner self, right? And so again, inner self for you, if you've never encountered the work of Neville, is, source or love or God or good or whatever you want to believe in and give it a nickname. And so when we understand the Bible as that, then we can begin understanding what the Bible is saying. So this is a technique directly from the Bible. And it really says, to overcome evil with good, right? That in and of itself, we've heard it, we know it, blah, blah, blah. We know it's all like, oh yeah, I know what that is. People even who aren't Christian believe and understand and hear that phrase and like, oh yeah, I know where that's from. That's the Bible. It's such a popular way of thinking, but what the heck does it mean? So in the Hebrew, it breaks down into a word image, which is really powerful, right? And this is actually the same for the Hebrew and the Greek, since they did influence each other. Is essentially the word picture is like somebody who's on the side of a road and is pointing at everything and saying good and good, 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 good. It's like somebody who does a documentary and all they're documenting is the good. That's all they're doing. Okay, so Neville Goddard talks about his technique, which is selective hearing, which is the ability to choose only what you want to hear. That's really what this technique is about, but it's straight from the Bible, right? And so it's this idea of looking at your situations and looking at them through the lens of good. Another very simple way to say this is that life is not against you, it's for you. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, right? But that's a very, very basic understanding. So let's give you some flesh. Let's incarnate this example, okay? So let's say you're having a bad day or whatever. Find the silver lining. Find the thinnest piece of good that you can make out, no matter what it is. Overcoming evil with good is really saying this. So in the Hebrew mind, good and evil are not ethical categories. It's not right and wrong, ever. So good means order and evil means disorder. But really in the realm of manifestation, it means I achieve my desire or I don't achieve my desire, right? And so when you're overcoming evil with good, what it means is you're looking for reasons throughout your day, every day, for the rest of your life, for why things are always working for you. That's really what it is. It's a very, very powerful technique. And again, so if you are trying to manifest somebody back into your life, look for the ways in which it's already happening, and where you go first to do that. Here, that's where you create and visualize them already coming back and being in your life now. That's the first good. That's the most powerful good, right? And so you're constantly going to the mind first, and then you begin looking at things in your environment that are slowly showing you that your desire is coming to fruition. So again, overcoming evil with good has no ethical categories. It's not about this is right, this is wrong, she's right, she's wrong. There's none of that. In fact, the Bible, in terms of ethics, is not understood that way. At least when you read it from the psychological understanding of it. Okay. So again, this is a very powerful technique. I would encourage you to use this every day until the day you die. Honestly, and yes, it takes a second to get your mind into it, but you are only documenting the good, right? That's really what this technique is. You're documenting only the good, and the good means anything that's in line with you being able to see that your desired end, your manifestation is either already there, part of your life, or is on its way. Okay, so again, like in this kind of Hebrew picture metaphor, you're only looking and pointing and saying, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. So even if something bad happens, it's like, nope, you know what? That is good because it's showing me where my beliefs are limiting, and so on and so forth, right? So you don't allow anything to be perceived as bad in the generic sense of the ethical word, right? Because remember, to the Hebrew mind, it's not about ethics. It's about order or disorder, or being fulfilled or not fulfilled. So always look at things as happening towards your fulfillment. It's a very powerful technique. And if you get good at this, holy crap, will you become God? Oh yeah, you are God.